And we are back, fam. Let me make sure the title is all updated for you. Got some Boku no Hero music going to hype up this game. Sorry about this pick ban looking so unprofessional. I had the overlay all set up. I had all the links for everyone, but apparently Frank can't figure out to click on the right link. So we're just gonna go with this, with the one he made, and not have the overlay. Because it's too hard to line up all the boxes right now. So I'll just let these guys know I'm ready. Stream is R. And we're good to go. I'll just full screen it. Sorry you have to see this little scroll bar on the side. It's alright. It's whatever. Looks better with the overlay, but they just didn't click on the right links, so it never worked out. So I'm not sure if ProDraft links time. I made the ProDraft links earlier today for them, but they might have timed out by then. But I don't think that's true. I think they just clicked on the wrong links. Vel'Koz ban and Echo ban.
So, what do we?
Turn the music down.
Change out of LDD? Pick up game 2.
From LT or LDD?
Yeah.
I'd like to see them not troll the champ select. I don't know. That was interesting. Zaya, interesting Malphite pick, I think. The Alistar is okay.
Okay, so the Vladimir ban is definitely warranted, I think. I think you gotta either pick up or ban the Zhao. If they leave that open again, I think it cause a lot of problems. He as much as like it went under the radar, he was the one who really got their team through that early game. He was the only one who really was far ahead, and without like jungle difference, OP, right?
Yeah, really. It's just the Malphite ults have to be perfect or you lose that game, and they just weren't. They weren't perfect, you know. So it's just they lose. That's pretty much as simple. That's how that comp works. I just would rather them play a jungler that's not so reliant on just one button. Also, the Zaya had no synergy with it unless she burns her only escape button.
Sivir ban, so they really didn't like that server. It's interesting. So Alistar first pick up. That's a solid first pick. Really good play. Not a whole lot that is picked into it that's super detrimental.
Bard OP into it.
Yeah, but Bard just gets shut down by a lot of other lane picks right now. So.
Nah, Bard's OP right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see it, Bear. Let's see that Bard. See there, that's exactly what I wanted to see. They're not gonna ban the Xin Zhao. Pick it up. Strong pick, sure. Labby is well versed on the champ, so I think that's a smart choice. And the Zillion pickup as well. So they went with targeting them in different areas, so keeping the Vel'Koz and the Sylas off of Panic, but also keeping him off that Zillion.
No, that's dude, you got the teams mixed up right now. That's Panic and Legends on their main champs again.
Really? Oh wow, never mind. RIP. That's
That is some oof from the champ select coming out again. They banned the Vlad instead of the Fiora, which I like a lot.
But
not much you can do. Like you take what is it? The Vel'Koz away, take the Vlad away. I'm not sure about the Sylas. Like I know Legends play Sylas. I know they can flex that to other lanes, but you gotta ban Legends Xin Zhao. You gotta get that out of here.
Oh, it locked in 2 picks. Apparently, it is not a Jarvan and Nocturne.
I wouldn't expect that to. Yeah, that's just a mistake. What are they actually doing?
Zaya again. Zaya and Dave.
They're just remaking it. They're gonna remake it. These guys really can't figure out the pro draft today, but it happens. It happens to the best of us.
About to be. This is the most interesting.
Alright. Here we go.
You want to send me that link?
Are they not sent it to you?
Oh, is it in this chat here?
I got you if you don't have it.
I got it.
I sent it as well. Get out of studio mode here. We'll go live. Okay. Oh, and let's talk about MVP. Let me go.
It's a count day.
Yeah, Akaute, Akaute, whatever you want to say. That's what he got. He got MVP.
Cute.
A cute player.
Yeah, he's I guess, you know, it makes sense. I mean, the Vladimir, like the Zillion bombs were huge, but
Yeah.
if Vladimir didn't properly follow up, it wouldn't have won the team fight. So
Came back after a poor lane phase too. Like he had pressure in lane the whole time too. So like he had some pressure. He just made some blunders when they were going for the ganks.
yeah,
Or
got killed.
yeah, but overall like solid lane phase and came up clutch when he needed to in the fights. So good. But I think the setup from Panic was so good. And they gave him the Zillion again.
Kale, I would say Vladimir, Kale, and like honestly those two champions like
just
lose lane, win game right now as far as the champions are concerned.
I just cringe every time I see Xayah without Rakan right now. I think that champ is so terrible without the buddy. Not terrible, but it's like B tier. I think B tier at best without Rakan. With Rakan, I think it turns from A to S tier.
Yep, they seem to be prioritizing it, and again with two heavy engaged champions. So I want to see somebody in the mid lane that can at least better follow up with departing. Really provide some damage, because you know with these engages the problem is you know, yeah, you could probably all those ultimates could probably kill the ADC, but they can't kill the entire team. And you need to be killing more than one person if you're gonna survive these game. So again, all ban. I like it. Surprised they did it. I'm surprised they didn't prioritize that. The Rumble, because Rumble with Jarvan would have been insanely strong instead of having Xayah.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of Rumble right now. It's got a similar problem to Fiora.
That's true, but I think definitely doesn't have like tower take pressure. However, I think, you know, it's one of Rafal's signature champs. Comfort is always really good next thing, and
yeah,
they have some already pre-built synergy. The Jarvan ultimate, Rumble ultimate, so it would have been pretty strong. So the Hecarim ban, I like it. Rafal did really well on the champion, and just another thing to help keep lot safe.
The Jarvan synergizes slightly better with Xayah than the Malphite, offering her attack speed with the standard and locking them in place so she can get a root off.
That's true.
Longer than the Malphite ult would lock them down, so she doesn't instantly have to ult right away.
For sure.
I still think Lot's got a stronger comp right now. I think
Braum coming out again, definitely.
Yeah. Braum into Jarvan Alistar's kind of whatever, but it holds Xayah at bay, so they don't have any follow-up damage if they don't pick something like the Hecarim or something else without ranged follow-up. Braum is always solid with the Guardian too, or Unsealed Spellbook, like you've seen in LCS from
For sure.
what is it, LDA?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, there's just I see Unsealed Spellbook on a lot of just different tank supports that would traditionally take Guardian.
Yep.
Because Guardian's and having the ability to flex around the map with TP, exhaust, and all that kind of stuff. Kale. See, now that's
blind picking Kale into your top lane. That's fucking risky. They go Renekton. They go like Renekton or something, like something all in damage. Like you're in trouble.
Yeah, but it's also then the impetus of a Count to absolutely dumpster that lane. Because if he doesn't dumpster that lane,
I'm not sure. Cannon's okay into it.
Yeah, if he doesn't dumpster this Kale, Kale's gonna do Kale thing. Honestly, LeBlanc is much better following up with the dive, I think.
Yep.
Kale is definitely a much stronger top laner as far as following up with the damage.
Now we got the LDD Blitz app going now. 43% on Lavi. He's on a win streak though. But he's a support main in the jungle. Oh god.
Oh no, not like
but he's got, if you hover it, it shows you he's got 25% games in the jungle, 50% support. So it's not, he has some experience there, for sure. 43% in the mid lane, that's a little worrisome. 43% ADC, that's a little worrisome. But you know what? They can't dodge it. Who cares about the stats? Let's just check their stats on their champs itself. 45% on Jarvan, 11 played. Not enough games to really worry about. Let's see, Rafal, top champs. Kale, 80% but 15 games, doesn't matter. 80% is whatever if you only have 15 games played. Done really well on it in the last few games though. One loss there, but he got a triple kill, Damage King. Triple kill, stomp, turret, destroyer. He knows how to play this champ pretty well. Stomp. Every game he's played has been a stomp with it. CS God, expert farmer. 8.6 CS a minute right there. 6.9 CS, filthy rich. 11.5k gold. With that klepto.
It's filthy rich until you see freaking these pros in Korea who somehow freaking get like 15 CS a minute, and you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's like Kale punishes people that don't like pressure you in the lane phase that much, which Akayu has been pressuring lane phase pretty well this whole split. So they're the two top MVPs, I believe, right? So interesting pick. That's kind of disrespectful to blind pick it into this second MVP of top. I'm surprised he didn't go Fiora.
And I mean, yeah, Fiora would have been better. But the thing with Kale, right? And if she goes Klepto, the thing that's interesting is there's a bug right now where she gets her range advantage early. Where at level 10 instead of level 11, you get
exalted
ranged. Yep. And at level 15, you'll get your full exhaustion before you hit level.
Interesting.
Honestly, yeah, I've had it happen to me 3 or 4 times now. I'm not sure if it's super consistent. I haven't really looked at it because I haven't played Kale that much. But if you take Klepto on the champion, there's a solid chance that level 10's gonna roll around, and all of a sudden you're gonna be like, huh, looks like I'm ranged now. Okay. And it's a huge spike for her. A whole level earlier.
I do like Kennen over Fiora for the purposes of winning a 5v5 game, because yeah, you'll win lane with Fiora against Kale, but if the game gets stalled out at all and you're not killing turrets, because there's only Tristana to kill turrets besides the Fiora who doesn't take turrets well, the game might get stalled out very much because Lugo's just going to be hunting this Tristana the whole game. Jarvan's going to be hunting Tristana the whole game. So
for sure,
it's going to be tough.
Tristana is also a very safe ADC.
So. It's pretty safe, especially with the Zillion Braum to back her up a little bit. But
as well as her ultimate.
Yeah,
and her W.
Lugo, if he slips around the Braum shield, Lugo's gonna one-shot you, and Panic's not always gonna
absolutely.
be nearby to do anything about it. Or Lugo's gonna kill Zillion
Honestly,
first.
like if he just double W's in QE, you're gonna one shot that Donna.
Yeah, or W, Q, R, E, like,
But the problem with the QR is that can be blocked by Braum. So
yeah,
if you get your if what I'm saying is like if you W in, the Braum shield would go up, right? And then you R in, hit the damage with the R, and then QE ignite. It's proc electrocute. You're gonna get the huge smack with the alt W. You're gonna get your sigil pop as well as your E damage. Ignite. It's gonna probably kill Tristana, especially if LeBlanc gets ahead. And LeBlanc does fairly well in Zillion. We'll have to see. He has to really bully early pre 6 because like post 6 it just becomes a lot harder to try and do anything. You have to basically force his alt with your basic abilities.
yeah.
And it's definitely doable, but
I'm still giving this game to LOT. I think their comp just, it's not easy to pull off per se, but I think LDD has a much harder comp to pull off.
and I also think there's just with they're probably their two best players with Xin Zhao and Zillion. Their two best players are sitting on some of their most played champions who both had a really strong showing last game.
I do like the fact that LDD matches that concept. They put Lugo on his main champ. They put Labby on his third most played this season, or second most played instead of that Malphite. Let me check. Yeah, it's second most played right now. He played Brand. He wanted to whip out the Brand jungle. He's been talking to me about that. Brand jungle's been helping him a lot. He plays it mostly support, I think. Yeah, he looks support. But he's talking about the Brand jungle a lot today. But
that's funny.
I do like him on the Jarvan a lot. He plays that with me in solo queue.
But hey man, Jarvan lost basically every single game in the LCS playoffs, so
that is very true. It's tough because your ult zones your own team away too. It locks them in the enemy team in place, but it zones both people away from the fight.
Are actually gonna have a hard time reaching champions on the opposite side of the Cataclysm if they're standing like straight up on the opposite side. So it's gonna be interesting to see some of these champions.
Yeah, the Xayah again, I'm not too sure about. It might just be a comfort champ. Let me check JJ Bell. I mean, he's got 40 games on Lucian, 17 on Sivir, 16 on Ez, 13 on Kai'Sa, and I don't think any of those are banned. But they ended up going for Lucian or Xayah, which she has 6 games on.
Like I said, I think Lucian is just a much better champion, not only in the meta, but also for what they're trying to accomplish here with kind of like skirmishy type comp here with the Jarvan and Alistar and LeBlanc. The only champion in here that I'm seeing that's actually like hardcore late game team fight oriented is Kale. And and it's nice to have those kind of assurances, and a lot of pro teams that they'll have like a solid skirmish kind of like package. And then have some late game assurance from either the mid laner, top laner, or bot laner. But I don't know. I do not like their like skirmish package of Xayah, LeBlanc, J4, or Alistar. Like,
yeah, the only Xayah Alistar offers the thing is you can't be dove. Like if they dive you, they die. Because Xayah ults, Xayah E's, you get locked into the turret. Alistar combos, Alistar ults, you don't kill him. You get locked into the turret even more, so like you can't get dove with that team, but you barely have kill pressure in lane unless Jarvan synergizes really well with the gank.
And Zhao just gonna have better river priority.
And you lose counter ganks, if they counter gank it, you lose that too, so it's like really tough. Like you can't really work with it unless you permanently gank that lane, which that gives you no pressure for the Kale, no pressure for LeBlanc. If LeBlanc wins our lane really hard, I think that's their saving grace.
Alright,
I paused at 10. I'm gonna rearrange the portraits.
Yep, same.
Okay, the portraits are good. I think I have the. I have to put it on overlay. Hold on. Come on, client work. There we go. Live scene. I think I have the teams on the right side. LOT 1. Yeah, it should be good.
Alrighty. I'm ready when you are.
And on go, okay?
Yep.
I'm at 11 seconds. So,
You're at 11.
yeah.
Okay, now
3, 2, 1, go. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15,
yep,
16.
we're good.
Okay. We hit you to get rid of that. Portrait should be good. Nice. And let me cut the music for y'all. Bye bye logic.
Sivir would be Sivir would be nice with Alistar, but they did ban it. So
I'm at 36, 37, 38. Oh, invade.
39, 40. Yep.
They spotted out. I think
Yep, they're sitting on there where they see it.
if
So
they were
see-
in a single file line, they wouldn't have gotten spotted. But what happened was they were clumped, so the wall and their own characters got pushed a little bit.
I think they were gonna drop that ward anyway. So maybe.
Yeah, if you.
So I think they would.
Yeah, go ahead.
Anyway.
Yeah, they would have got spotted when they entered the bush, but what happened was they got spotted before they entered the bush because of
No, okay.
the character models pushed each other away from each other. Like, think of
Yeah.
like magnets. Like,
Gotta let
that's how
that minion
hitboxes
lock,
work.
right?
You have to go in a single file line if you don't want that interaction to happen, where it pushes
Okay,
you
so we
too
got-
far away from the wall.
So we got a red side start again from Legend. See if Jarvan decides to do that blue side Gromp. You walking all the way to the Guttle you're talking about.
Interesting. He started blue on the blue side.
Again,
I would like to see him do the blue into Gromp into other Scuttle, but he's just gonna do the standard route. He
The
likes to
wolves
normally do
here.
blue wolves into his red and give up both Scuttles. It looks like.
I
don't
like
agree with that path, but it's
Yeah.
it's safe.
And honestly,
It's safe.
It gave Legends a really strong start last game.
It allows for your bot lane to get priority if they wanted it, but they just didn't go for it. They didn't go for their shove right away, so they end up losing a little priority. They get level 2 first, so let's see if they go for the all-in. They can't get it. It's just not much synergy there.
Oh no!
We're all winning
why did he go
trades.
Melee range. Oh no! Ooh! The flash over by both junglers.
Good combo by Labby to get out of that trade and also hit. Oh, nice, nice. Tristana only level 1 still, and Brahm's level 2. She must have walked out of XP range and gotten zoned.
I don't know if that flash was necessary. Oh, oh.
Nice auto.
Dead. Wow.
Good awareness. He could tank a turret shot for the extra auto to get the kill. Lugo's LeBlanc is very spooky.
That was clean.
Kale gonna run him down?
Definitely
Oh.
understanding damage at level 2. That was a huge, or level 3. Understanding that was a huge power spike. And like I said, you know, it's going to be a lot easier for Lugo to force an ultimate out of Panic if he's able to bully him like this, just using his basic abilities.
I really like that
Able to
trade.
force that, yeah, if he's able to force that ult out of Panic with just the basic abilities, the lane's basically over. Like he can easily kill him once his ult's down with his own ult.
Yeah, and he takes an additional trade before he backs because he knows he's getting his health reset anyway. So he gets as much poke down as possible on Panic before he recalls.
Yeah,
And
that's
Labby
definitely-
doing nicely to hold the wave up, making it real awkward for Panic right here. I like that from a jungler. You don't always have to gank. If you control your mid lane's waves and get them additional experience, it's just as good as a gank. And Panic able to push out, reset, but he has to use a lot of his mana to do so. So Lugo is going to be still in a good spot. He gets additional XP from those 3 extra creeps Labby held up for him. Labby gets the creeps that would have died to the turret too. So it's overall really good plays from both sides actually.
Gotta love those trades and kleptos.
I think Kale should just chill with the wave there, let it stay frozen,
For sure.
and then try to get our TP back. But he's gonna try to push out, get some lane priority, but he has no mana to fully shove it. So it's gonna be hard, very difficult unless he.
Super risky, especially
Labby's
looking at
walking
what-
over a ward here. Gonna get run into
no.
Legends. Legends only has blue buff though. Gonna
Oh,
die
he's
anyway.
done. Yeah, he's done.
Now he got red buff back. I like the try there. The EQ really needs to land there.
They needed to know where Legends was on the map, and
Oof.
like honestly, I think they could have maybe a little bit with understanding of like pathing and understand that Legends started as red, probably wasn't going to be on the bot side at this point in time, because he would have cleared that much later. I think they should have definitely been suspicious of him at least being on the top side there.
Yeah.
So without like firm knowledge that he isn't, going for that gank is definitely really sketchy.
The gank is okay. It's just as soon as you see Legends, once you pass that tri-bush, you need to not go for the EQ on Kennen, because you have the ability to EQ away over the wall.
True.
You can just run. You don't have to try
Oh,
to go
no.
for. You force it.
Oh no.
Oh, now
the
that
river, Rafal faints that Labby's there. But I mean, Legends has got a 2-level lead on Labby right now, so it's pretty far ahead. So again, you know, Legends is showing that, you know, this jungle pressure point definitely alive and well. And honestly, you know, LeBlanc's level 6 now, Zillion's level 5, so Zillion needs to play incredibly safe. Otherwise, you know, LeBlanc's master.
overall, only a 0.2k gold lead, so anything could happen at this point. I think, besides the Kale, the side of LOT outscales.
For sure.
Besides
and
the
honestly,
Kale.
like like in raw damage output, you know, Calt's not gonna keep up with Kale. However, his late game is still incredibly strong as far as AoE, CC, as well as damage.
Does Braum Shield block Kale auto attacks? Or no? Does chat know that one?
Probably block the. I think it would probably block the initial auto attack, but I don't think it would block the wave.
It
no.
blocks them. It blocks them. General Dill, the Resonant Kale one trick. They are ranged projectiles. Or ranged. Kale's autos at ranged are projectiles. That's what he said.
Okay. Yeah. Good to know.
So Braum is a very good pick into that actually, and that's gonna stop his late game presence by just putting up that shield in a team fight.
For sure. But Rafal's doing nicely of, you know, just rocking the Klepto when he can, keeping up in farm, doing exactly what Kale needs to be doing in the early stage of the game. And is even getting like the better of some of these trades and has some lane pressure.
Nice combo
Oh!
stop. He W's to Service W's a little bit preemptively, and good save by
out here.
Braum there, getting the Guardian and the shield up right away. But Cerevich's got to be careful here now. But oh yeah, LeBlanc, nice roam. LeBlanc, nice roam. Biscuit hat with the combo. They don't even need the LeBlanc. Wow.
Well, I mean, the pressure from the LeBlanc forced him to step up into that.
Yeah, indeed.
L-Star when he, you know, didn't need to, but
Alistar had a nice flash
wow.
combo, a nice combo beforehand.
let's see here. I think, you know, it looks like Oh, okay, so the Zillion Resurrect is coming up huge here, and they already picked up the kill onto Biscuit Hat. Oh, but the
Good aggressive
turnaround.
flash.
Oh, well done. But is he in a position where he can, keep pushing this? But J4 is coming around,
Nice
and they may
knock up.
actually pick up the kill on Braum too. Look at that. And then it's 2 for 1. Really good awareness of and collapses by.
The Venn diagram top. Kale ult and Cannon ult, Venn diagram. Which one wins?
Exactly. Apparently, Kennen alt, because Kale almost died and forced back here. It looks like Kaut may be going for the Hextech Gunblade. Definitely a much more
I really like the AP
solo,
build, yeah.
lane oriented. Well, no, definitely I like the AP build, but a lot of people go Proto Belt instead of Gunblade. Gunblade is definitely meant for
Proto belt,
lane
interesting.
presence. Yeah, Proto Belt gotta slide up in those.
I guess the CDR is nice. It's a cheap item, gives you some HP too, and the slide.
Your positioning and,
But I wouldn't really agree with that. I'd like the Gunblade giving you the healing on all your abilities plus your autos.
much better for lane. Much better for lane for sure.
I would say the whole game, but
I mean, I don't. It's. I've seen pros do it like 50 on this. Like even in the TSM versus TL series, literally it was like Impact took it one game where he decided to do the
yeah.
Gunblade, and then the other game he went to Proto Belt. Oh, but
I don't know.
Actually, there it is.
Proto Belt just
there's
seems.
Proto Belt, but he just picked up Proto Belt, so I'm curious what this longsword is for.
No, I meant for Proto Belt for. Were you saying Proto Belt on Kale or for
Kennen?
Kennen? Okay, I was confused about that. I was like, Gunblade on Kale is better. I think Proto Belt on Kennen is very good, or Zanya's Rush, or both. Just getting both for the max CDR. He ults him over the wall. Oh man.
The thing that's crazy. Look at his build right now. He was sitting on a longsword, so that's why I thought he was going into the Gunblade, but apparently he opted into the Proto Belt. Oh, geez, Biscuit Hat's going in. Let's see if they can. Oh, nice Braum wall.
I'm not sure what that longsword's gonna be for, but I guess it pays off. He gets the last hit with the auto there.
Those auto trades, yeah, exactly. But I'm
curious to see what that'll build into. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
He might be going for an Executioner's.
Prevent the heals on.
Instead of having to build a full Morello's, it's an 800 gold item to do the same thing. But
the heals on Kale definitely are a little bit annoying, but they're not like.
I'm not really sure what that's gonna be actually. Yeah. It could be a Gunblade.
What is that? What is our chat General Dill thing?
What do you guys have a betting pool on for that longsword? What's it turning into? No one's speaking up yet. It's alright. They'll type their answers. Got 6 people. We're good.
Exactly.
I didn't link the chat. I didn't link the stream, so I'm surprised there's this many. Oh, Alistar behind. Helicopter. Helicopter in behind. Oh, he saved the W. That's very good by Sir Everett's. Holding on to that W.
The ult didn't actually knock him away. Oh, and here comes.
Great escape. The great escape. Dodge it. Dodge the. No, he didn't dodge it.
Oh, yep, he's dead.
He tried to do the whole straight line dodge. Did not work out.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, he just barely dodges the bomb.
Can, take this fight here.
Good dodge by Kale.
Picking up the farm.
And we said that Zaya was a bad pick, but it ends up going 3-0. He hurt us. He's trying to prove us wrong.
He's trying to prove us wrong here, exactly.
I believe it was mostly Biscuit Hat's setup that allowed for that, but
honestly, yeah, I think any other ADC, Lucian,
the Sivir was
Ezreal,
mentioned in chat.
Sivir was banned though, but like any of these other champs that are seeing much more prevalence in the meta would be popping off. I think exactly.
Burning the kill, nice. Not sure if that was a necessary ult overfall. He probably thought he was gonna get W, then E'd on right away.
Oh no! Oh no!
Protobelled him.
Let him know, dude.
Scare him
Let
off that turret. They got a second tier with that rift, maybe? Not quite.
They got
Not quite, yeah.
coming.
Not sure how. That was a pretty
Oh,
decent rift,
oh.
but not
Oh,
great.
and he gets the root off, but he gets the kill. Nope.
Got the
Forced
flash.
though. I don't know if a flash is necessary.
Probably wasn't because he had the root not available, but no one plays for Xayah, so it's hard to tell.
Yeah, and see, this is what I'm talking about with Brazilian. Like now, you know, Lugo's a level down, and
Rafal hardcore greeting for that wave. It was pushing to him, and he could have just got a free recall off, walked back to lane, but he decides to just greed for it. And Account making the smart play to not greed for that next wave while he knows he has no flash, no ult, no proto belts, and Jarvan could be lurking. And he was. Labby needs to leave that wave for Kale. Maybe hold it up. He's trying to just last hit that cannon, but he's wasting a ton of time right now. Because the next wave's going to catch it anyway.
Yeah, he's also got his, you know, bot lane jungle up.
Yeah.
And it looks like
he's wasting about a minute or two of time. He has no need to be there. It's not going to crash. He just wants the cannon gold. But you're showing on the map. The enemy team can start setting up plays elsewhere.
Exactly. Having a jungler show on the that's one of the biggest like pieces of information that's super important to track as a jungler positioning.
So he sold the sword. He sold the longsword.
Maybe he did want that Hextech Gunblade and just like you know, reconsidered.
He sold. I can't believe he sold it. That's hilarious. He went for Arm Guard into Finish, which longsword does not build into either of those. So he definitely just sold it for that value there. Or he's some kind of an alchemist and turned it into a fucking Doran's blade.
Exactly.
That's hilarious. Legend's just doing a good job clearing vision, establishing river control and lane bush control. But gets punished for it a little bit. Alistar with a great engage.
He's coming in. Let's see if he'll come here in time. Because if he gets here in time, that's going to be a game-changing ult. Yeah, exactly. Ooh, that is some damage. And now, you know, Tristana's going to Goomba stomp all over the place. And,
you can't continue the engage. He forced it. Once you see the TP, you know Rafal's getting a free top turret, so there's no need to fight bottom still. You can just call that fight off, take the TP as winning the trade, really. Back off, then the TP means nothing. Because they can't dive you anyway, right? With Alistar Xayah, they can't dive you on bot turret. But instead, you force the fight, give up the shutdown gold on Xayah. You kill yourself and the support, because they try to help you too. So it's a terrible trade for them, when it could have been a really good trade if they just backed off. He saw that juicy kill on Legends, says, I'm putting my spear in your butt. And then smacked him down WWE style, but as WWE goes, it's back and forth. Nice flash. Got Xin ulted over that wall earlier and then flashes it now. The wall is his savior.
The Legend's moving in knowing that
And what is this next Drake coming up? Is it a Cloud Drake? That's the SKT1 most contested Drake by a very small margin, actually.
Cloud Drake's good, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, very good for rotations. It gives in-combat move speed now, which I think is broken.
I think it's honestly hedged itself ahead of Mountain Drake.
I think it's even...
I think the only thing that I would say that is iffy about that statement is Mountain Drake is disgustingly good if you're ahead. The only time that I would say Cloud Drake is, you know, better is like all around. Because Mountain Drake is only good if you're able to pressure and take neutral objectives, take towers, but if you're behind, Mountain Drake's going to do nothing for you. Whereas Cloud Drake, no matter where you're at, you're still going to have that in combat and out of combat moves.
Nice engage, got the flash.
And then obviously, you know...
I would even say Cloud Drake rivals, if not is better than Infernal Drake.
but damage.
Damage is okay, but if you're not at the fight,
But look at
if
the
you can't
team
run from the
damage.
fight,
That's what's important.
Yeah.
See that? And it's tough. I mean, like it's tough to get on like and outrun like champions like can get in on your flank.
insane
And,
cannon ult right there, turning the fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Tristana follow-up damage, say no more, with the zillion bombs on top of cannon, I think. But
Exactly, as well as like this cannon speed up from Zillion is actually just insane synergy as well. Allows him just to really get on top of that fight. Oh, and he misses the E. If he would have landed that, that's a dead cannon for sure. It's a solid attempt to go.
When you're thinking of Drakes, like, and how much power they give, like, you have to think, what's the strongest mechanic in the game? It's got to be kiting, right? And it gives every member of your team more kiting potential. So you can avoid damage straight up by just running away.
Like I said, oh, yeah, if that E would have landed, I probably would have died.
So yeah, even if the enemy team has an Infernal themselves, if you have a Cloud Drake, you can kite the damage easier and avoid damage. So it's like, or you show up to team fights before them, or you out-rotate them. It's like, it's so many things,
Yeah,
whereas damage is only works when you're fighting.
It also really depends on, you know, I think the issue there though is Cloud Drake is much more execution heavy, you know? It's
Yeah, true. That's why the best team in the world prioritizes it, because they all know how to play the game perfectly already. Infernal works more for when everyone's just skirmishing and not kiting, not rotating very efficiently anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But
yeah, and you know, and then you got freaking open Drake as the one of the casters in LCK likes to call it. The Ocean Drake is kind of, unless you're like, you know, planning on an extended lane phase or it's like first drag that you just happen to get really early. It really doesn't have a whole lot of value outside of
it is up there in SKT's contested Drakes. It's actually up there. It's only like 1 or 2 away from the Cloud Drake, and tied with the Infernal, tied with the Mountain.
One or two, you know. I mean, like you also got to keep in mind that SKT just more than any highly prioritizes Drakes, just like general. So
yeah.
like you kind of get some inflated stats based on the RNG of the whole
I
situation.
just I don't think any should be underlooked like in value. I think they all have their strengths.
I think honestly you're right. Like the way that the Drakes are like formatted right now, it's in a really good position to win it. Because you know, if you all of a sudden buff Ocean Drake where it gives you all this like crazy amounts of regen, then you know it becomes too strong. Whereas like right now it has its purpose. It is a strong, you know, early game laning Drake that provides. Oh my god.
Okay, some interesting side lane fights.
Yeah, so Lugo getting absolutely destroyed by this Kennen. And, you know, it makes sense. Kennen has got 4 kills, Protobelt, Zonya, huge right now. And then definitely a solid punish by Lot on the top side there, where they, you know, tried to dive the Zillion and just failed. And then, oh wow, the bomb had the damage. That's crazy.
I think in terms of like for Ocean Drake in general, like it's more effective than people think mid to late game.
Okay.
Because normally, if you don't have a healer support, you have to recall before you push a turret because you lack the HP. But if you have some regen, like more than normal, like Baron regen, like Ocean Drake, you can stay to push a turret you normally would have had to back off of. So it almost offers more value than Mountain Drakes in some cases, because Mountain Drake only works if you can push the turret, and Ocean Drake allows you to push the turret because it gives you that HP back without being in risk of dying on the turn from the enemy team. So it's hidden value in that way.
So right now, I mean, this is looking pretty dang. The control of LOT 8,000 gold basically. You know, really fed carries from on Tristana and Kennen. These mid game fights where Kennen got some really solid TPs and placing Maelstroms just really put the game in their favor. And like I said, the skirmishing package that exists on Lot's side, where you know these 4v4s, 3v3s, the champions that are there just work way better. and you know, Fall still has yet to hit the coveted level 16 of Kale, and you know, it's pretty late considering he doesn't even have his second item in 24 minutes, whereas the Cout's sitting on 3 items. It's pretty crazy.
It's Labby Dabby Dude, the last Nash is their team, so if they get that Nasher,
Oh man,
they might have
that's actually huge. Let's see if
yeah, that's good.
Wow.
That should be the kill, right? No, Guardian saves them.
Wow. Good heads up play by your moves.
Plus Summoner heal,
Guardian.
Summoner heal there.
But yeah, no, Lugo is definitely someone you got to watch out for, because he is probably the only character on in the game right now that can really threat the carries of a Cout and Sir Everett's. But even still, like, a Cout showing that he can easily solo kill Lugo as well if he steps up or misplays it all.
The second Cloud Drake coming out. Lugo's a little bit deep here. No W's anymore. Now Zin is caught, but he has GA, so he wants to be.
TPs are being channeled, but I don't know if Kennan's gonna. Oh, this may be huge. I think he channeled it a little bit early, but he gets the
Nice Kale ult.
Yeah, exactly. The Kale
Good
ult
Zanya's.
for sure. But the follow-up damage from oh,
Zanya's
what is
too big.
Bell doing? He's stepping a little bit too far forward, thinking he can pick up the kill on a Cout. Ends up going down, giving Donna a reset.
Tristana's got the protection of Zillion, protection of Braum, so she's free to just auto away in these fights and has 2 items completed already. I mean, Zaya has 2 as well, but it's a little bit easier for Tristana to auto in these fights.
As well as the ability for Tristana to reposition in fights is huge, considering the dive that exists. She can just kind of stay back and really far back, honestly, and wait until those dive abilities are used, and then just W in and clean up and go from there.
Yeah, I think a little bit over ambitious from Lugo to try to go for that early cheese on someone, but he feels like he's got to make something happen or they just slowly lose this game, so I don't blame him too much for that.
And if a Cout, you know, had gotten, you know, a little bit better of an ultimate position, like if the ward would have been, you know, a little bit deeper in the red side jungle instead of over by Drag, maybe that fight would have just straight up ended the game.
And there's a huge item lead on Zillion right now. You notice he was down kills, but early I think. No,
but now he's up.
No, he was even kills, but he's also up 40 CS, so that's about 3 kills worth of gold advantage, if not more in XP.
Towers, Aaron, and then Dragon, the assist gold as well. He's definitely sitting pretty.
Yep.
And it's showing with that Rabadon's death cap sitting over his lane.
And the 4-0 and 10 Kennen adding to that AoE. They can't.
Absolutely.
LDD can't win team fights right now. They need to get picks.
No way. The only time, you know, maybe when Kale hits 3-4 items, maybe they can start to win these team fights, but that's still tough because, you know, Lugo is just not a team fighter, and, you know, gaining a team fighter and then losing another, you know, really isn't going to help your situation when the entire enemy team basically set up to win these fights.
Yep. Lugo needs to get a pick, and then the other team needs to fight 5v4.
Way too fed, because like I think he landed a bomb, which is what got him that amount of damage onto Lugo.
He's gonna be out here.
Yeah,
very good. Drawing 4 members away so they can push down mid.
Well played, well played.
I really like the awareness of Legends on tap to not send people to go help Panic, but they just instead push the turret.
Too many times in solo queue have I seen people either try and like come and help me when I'm clearly out of a gank, or, you know, decide to, you know, see that I even if I die, they're like, you know, 5 people in my lane, they're just like, all right, I'm gonna back off now that our top laner died, even though they have full agency to push up another.
Ulting the Alistar there, I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah, definitely. I think. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That is a huge cannonball on the backline.
Nice double W by Lugo. Kale popping off a little bit, but.
And pops off a lot of damage there, but I think this is still going to go towards the way of LDD a lot because they're just too strong, and you know, Legends, you know, is still there with GA. I mean, Lugo can maybe turn this
Yeah,
around.
Lugo's pretty healthy. He can turn this, but
Yeah,
the GA is
but
gonna pop.
he's bot lane as well. Like, you know, he's turning this fight in the top lane, but Zillion's just taking this inhib and just walk over and
Look
end
at
the
those
game.
cannons, triple cannons.
Yeah. And
They
like you
melt
said,
the
Drake's
turrets.
actually doing a lot of work. I mean, look at the regen onto Sir Everett.
Yeah, indeed. Like normally, even with a Mountain Drake, you'd have to base there, but now with Ocean, you're full HP again. You can keep pushing. You can keep getting objectives. You know. Look at him. He has no life steal, but he's still at that health. He sold his Doran's blade, but he's still full HP because of that Ocean. And the red buff. He just picked up the red buff regen. And now it's pretty textbook, and they just go top. Or even in this case, where there's only one Nexus turret left, you have the option of just running it down mid with your super wave. You don't necessarily need the next inhib if you're strong enough. Look how much gold they're up. They're up 12k gold, 11 point whatever gold, 11.5k. So like they don't necessarily
And that's pretty
need.
huge, especially, and that's pretty huge, especially in PMA LCS standards.
Yeah.
You know, we were talking earlier that there tends to be just like either one or two lanes, even when one team is winning, that is just super down on farm. But like, you know,
Yep.
across the board, other than even bot lane, but everybody is just really ahead in farm and gold, and obviously kills. So
The safe call is to balance the waves out, go top, get the inhib, and then try to end after the superstar coming down top.
oh, good stuff by the Braum there. Now LeBlanc probably dead.
Maybe. She gets out. Oh, Cannon with the flank.
Cannon flank.
The Shy coming in.
Shredding everybody.
Licorice.
Oh my goodness.
Hit him with that Aatrox slaps. Flank. Now they just end down mid. Pretty textbook. Alistar holding up the wave mid. I love it. Not gonna work because there's a bot wave. He's just cowbelling it. Good game all around. So that's a lot 2-0.
Yep, lot 2-0.
Lot 2-0. Nice game.
Yeah. Well played by
MVP
all.
in my heart. I'd say Panic again, but Kennen did a really good job there. I'd say Kennen this game if he didn't get the MVP game 1 because Panic I think deserved it game 1. Account I'm still gonna vote for Panic, but Account really good job. Really good job anyway. And Legends really good job as well. And
For
the
sure.
rest of your
Legends
team honestly really good job from everyone. Like Sir Everett's popping off in these fights going 10-2. He probably maybe did the most damage here. Let me see. Graphs. Let me go to change the stream around to movie time.
No, Kennen was leaps and bounds ahead of his.
Straw pool.
Then Lugo was actually the next closest.
Yeah, like I normally would give it to Kennen here, but Panic doing your job both games. I gotta give it to you again because you got robbed game 1. Game 2 MVP. Panic. Account. You're a moose. Legends. Oh wait.
Wait,
I didn't.
who's DG Mad Hatter?
I need to make a new one. Hold on. Straw pool. I fucked it up. That's Panic.
Okay, yeah, no, sorry, Panic. You definitely deserved a game 1, but
Legends.
I gotta give it to Count game 2.
You're a moose. Sir Eve. Yeah. Crapple. Actually, got it. I love that Alistar plays, but he didn't win. So honestly, like Biscuit Hat would have been. Biscuit Hat got ace in my eye.
MVP,
Yeah.
because all you have to do is right click when your team
Panic.
does all the work. So
Let me link this. Let me link this poll so we can get games 2. Then we'll get Yeah, Biscuit Hat definitely got ace in my eyes for enemy team MVP because like his combos are super sick like the whole game.
yeah, for sure.
Get some music playing while we. Actually, it might be distracting in the post-game lobby, so I'll just leave it off for now. Can we get MVP game
Oh my
1?
God, Legends! We got a 3-way tie so far right now.
We'll
Legends
start.
coming up.
We'll start
Oh,
the game 1 interview. Let me go into player of the game. And account
player of
Akayute
the
game
game.
1.
Okay. Alrighty.
So get in here, Kaut or Akayute or someone on his team. Let him know.
When you get in here, you need to tell us how to pronounce your freaking.
It's Akayute. Akayute is how you pronounce it. But I call him
Ah.
Akaute because it sounds more fun to say. It's
We got a tie
Akayute
right now between Panic and Akite.
or Akayute. That's how you. Yeah, Akayute. Ute is the last one. First part doesn't matter.
Hello there.
Yo, solid games, dude.
Hey, thanks, man.
Playing those AOE mages that are
Pretty
making
much.
top lane a freaking
Yeah.
nightmare right now.
Probably just a little shaky in game 1 early game, but not like your pressure was great. It was
Yeah,
just
dude,
like
you
a little
missed
bit
the-
too early on the gank timing. But
I missed the alt, dude. You
No,
could have
okay,
had
okay,
that gank.
okay,
and
wait. Okay,
missed the
I have,
alt.
I have an excuse. It's not a good one. My R was not on quick cast.
hey, the Tyler excuse. I love it.
I had played a game, like if you look at my match history prior to this, it was 2 ARAMs and then a Rumble game. It was because of that
R.I.P.
Rumble game that I did not
R.I.P.,
change.
man. You hate
I
to
didn't
see
change it back.
You hate to see it.
Mm.
Like I saw that, like I pressed R, like wait, why is there a circle? Fuck, wait, ah!
And then you just died.
That and Legends didn't pop his ulti when he had it. It was just a big oof.
Big oof.
It's a big oof, but you know, we still came out on top.
Exactly. Dude,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's-
those bombs on
tap.
Zillion, man. Like, no offense to you, you're Vlad. You know, you did your job on the Vlad, but those bombs were what clutched those fights, man.
Mm.
But who increased the damage on those bombs?
The bombs still did the most damage, so.
Come on, man.
You did click R. I like it,
But you clicked R after the bomb, so.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about?
Who won MVP game 2?
Wait, what?
Let me go look.
Yeah,
And
go
while
ahead.
we do that, do you want to talk about anything that stood out to you in Champ Select and the games that you want to talk about?
Yeah. Why are they banning out these tanks against me? I haven't played Maokai in so long. Scion
Alright,
is
looks like get Panic in here.
like my Scion
Panic
is shit.
game 2 MVP. And
Like,
Panic
really
get
don't
in here
get-
when you can. The tank bans are a little questionable. I would have liked to see more bans thrown at I don't know. I think the Zillion after game 1 should have been just gotten rid of.
Yeah, I think it should have been for sure.
That
That
so
was
much
for
work.
sure surprising.
The
For
most
sure
questionable.
surprising.
Like what? Who plays Silas? Like, or either of you like? Really
I think
think
Legends
you guys,
plays
like,
that in
good at
jungle,
Silas?
and they probably can be fletched top or mid too.
Yeah, I play him in the mid lane as well.
The thing
Okay.
is, why Maokai? That's my big question.
The Maokai ban, yeah.
I'm not sure. Maybe we're not supposed to get the enemy team's captain in here, right? I'm not sure.
Yeah, we get both captains here.
Okay, we get
Oh, yeah, we
Lavi.
didn't
Let's
do
get
that.
Lavi in here too. What if you're watching the stream? Someone message him if you can. Question him about. We'll pick his brain a little. I know he does a lot of prep work for this kind of thing, so he probably had a plan in mind. Sometimes banning out some meta stuff, some easy engage buttons is good.
Hey, Lavi.
So, hey, what's up, Lavi? Nice games. Unfortunate result, but it's not the end of the world. You know what I mean? It's always next week.
Oh yeah.
We had a couple questions coming from Akaute. You know what I mean? He wants to know what was up with the tank bans in Champ Select, like the Maokai, the Scion.
I mean, to be honest, when we played them in preseason, he was pretty much like relegated onto tanks, and for the most part, like that's kind of like the style that Frank likes to play with him. So just wanted to make sure that we got those off because they're hard to engage. Then they can just engage on us like at any time.
I
with
feel
the
like
Maokai or the Scion. So
Gotcha. Makes sense.
I mean, and also we really aren't. Generally we're not too worried about top lane. It's just the TPs there pretty much that fucked us. It wasn't even necessarily like the laning. Well, maybe against the Kale, but that's Kale, so kind of just gonna end up losing that lane anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Cout.
Yeah.
On Vladimir, what made you decide to rush Protobelt instead of doing the CDR garage sale?
Protobelt? Oh, it's a easy. It's a gap closer. Plus, the cool thing with Vlad is that people do whenever I do get whenever you're playing against Vlad, whenever you get the Crimson Rush, people don't really account on the gap closing of the Protobelt too much. It's only like a 20-second cooldown, so if I know I'm not going to be fighting anytime soon, and I can harass them with my
Oh.
Q still.
I'm not questioning the Protobelt decision whatsoever. What I'm questioning is the order in which you. So, like, what a lot of people high and low are doing right now is they'll get the Kindle gem and then the Fiendish Codex. So you have 20% CDR with those two items. Plus, when you hit level 10, you'll have 10% from your runes, and then a lot of people will also take the CDR rune. So you'll end up sitting around 35% CDR at level 10. Plus, you have your max rank Q now. So all of a sudden, you're like really, really strong. And usually by level 10 as well, if you're doing well and farm, you'll not only have your Phoenix or your Codex plus the Proto Belt by that point as well. So what it really does is it allows you to get through phase a lot easier because you'll have your CDR built into your Q a lot quicker. So you can just sustain through a lot harder matchups and stuff. So it's yeah.
What I really want to know is what the heck was the longsword by? What was that turning into?
What was that?
You sold it eventually for the components for Zanyas, but was that just for the lane phase kill that you got, and then you just wanted to get rid of it, or was that a mistake?
No, it wasn't a mistake. I was wanting to go Gunblade.
Gotcha.
I told you.
But then I realized, wait, I don't really have a lot of gap closing besides my
Proto Belt.
flash.
Yeah, Gunblade's good. Like, a lot of people take Gunblade on him, but Gunblade is good if you're planning to sit in a side lane, right? If you're much more worried about winning the side lane. But
That's true, and it's just in
if you're
general.
gonna be TPing in like you did, definitely taking the Proto Belt is gonna help.
Yeah, I was figuring I would try it. I was figuring I would draw more pressure in side lanes than I would previously due to just how the map was being played out. But then when I saw like that no one was really answering me besides just Kale, like, okay, I can't really run
As well as
Kale down
honestly
too
the way
much.
those trades were playing out, where you guys were kind of just trading blows, having and Kale eventually getting to that Gunblade. Like, having your own Gunblade would have been nice, so you could heal and sustain just as much as she was.
And that's the one thing about the whole Gunblade is that that slow, like, yeah, it's cool. Like, Kenny can go all in, but when you can slow someone down and make sure they can't even get away, that's even better.
Yeah.
But for the sake of the team fight and just the TP plays, heck, Protobelt was the right move.
So Panic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna name you honorary Game 1 MVP, and Account gonna get the MVP.
Yeah, I think that needs to swap around. Game 1 definitely.
Swap around here.
Yeah, actually, like I got a lot of double bombs on a lot of members, like 3 or 4 in game 1. So I was like, "What? Hello?"
Are we going against Robert's?
So question for you, Frank.
Yeah.
From Euromoose. Said you were super concerned about the Kale support in game, or the possibility of Kale support. What about the pick is so strong to you, and can we expect to see it on lot?
Gosh, I wish I still had a sub to just not have Reese anymore.
So I'm assuming you don't think it's strong.
It ain't happening.
What do you mean? He's got a heal. He's got a slow.
It's
Totally
just
isn't focused on damage whatsoever.
It's just cancerous tradition for him to ask me every game.
You'll never get rid of me, he says.
Just like my.
It is tick season.
Just like the chlamydia.
Just like chlamydia.
Okay.
Beep.
Yo, for Labby, draft question again. The Zaya both games. What was the
I
thoughts
mean,
behind that?
right now we think it's a really strong pick, I'd say, and Josh feels really comfortable on it. I mean, we're honestly, we would have taken the Sivir too if that was available, but they picked a game 1 and then banned a game 2.
Gotcha.
So
No, I didn't have much. I was just a little question on it. I think that with the buff, it's good. I think it's still like B tier if you don't have Rakan in that lane. But with
I'm
Rakan, it
really
could be
happy
A to
with our
S.
bot lane, to be honest. I'm really happy with how our bot lane played. I think
They
Zaya
played
out.
well. They definitely played well, and you got ahead on it. But I think
and-
with other ADCs, it could have been a little bit easier for him to team fight.
That's what me and Bear were talking about. Was like, that lane I think really went well, mostly because of the Alistar play, and I think there's a lot of other ADCs, especially like Lucian, which we were looking at like Sir Everett's like champ pool. He plays a lot of Lucian, and Lucian would have done just as well with those Alistar plays, if not better. And like he would have, I think, especially game 1, would have worked a lot better with your comp as far as you guys trying to dive forward and kill the team, because Zaya's not super great at diving forward.
And she wants to kite back a lot, and it's like it gets real awkward sometimes.
Yeah, especially if she has to blow her ult aggressively. You saw what happened like game 1 where she like blew her ult aggressively, and then even if you guys ended up killing the enemy ADC or even support or that, all of a sudden panic and Cout here show up on Zillion and Vlad and blow up the rest of your team.
Yeah. Anyways, that was a solid game from both sides. Obviously, Legends on Tap coming out on tap, but it's in their
Did you
name.
say
It's
on
in their
tap?
name. Yeah.
Legends on tap. Hot.
So I would like to see a rematch between the sides at some point, maybe playoffs time. But
Yeah.
it's probably next time you guys would meet. But good luck to y'all in the rest of your seasons. If you have anything else to add, feel free to do it now before I try to cut this stream.
See you
Jeez.
next.
All
We'll see you
good.
next
GG's
week,
to
Nick.
you a lot.
Top lane is mine.
Oh yeah, the MVP fight, top lane. I mentioned that a little bit. The Kale disrespect first blind pick into the second MVP of top.
Bold of him to assume I would give up.
Oh, and you opted to go the Kennen instead of like the Fiora into it, which I actually like that in a 5 setting. Like I think Fiora wins the lane, but has a harder time winning game. Like
I play for the
although
team.
Yeah.
if you look at Khan play the champion, like it's actually kind of
yeah, Khan is
Khan literally like when you say wins the lane, like he like Flame Horizons people at like 25 minutes.
he'll hold you in
Like,
the fountain. Yeah.
Honestly, I think Akiyu's teleports were like super on point both games, and I think that's why we lost quite a few of the
I would
fights.
Yeah.
honestly,
There's a
I
dragon
think,
fight.
yeah.
There's a dragon fight bot that we were gonna straight up win in the first game, and then he had a great teleport where he teleported in behind and like fucking just straight up obliterated our backline.
Yeah. That one where you guys were like chasing into their jungle a little bit, and then
Yep, exactly.
yeah. That one was definitely a huge turn.
And then
turning
we
point
just
in the game.
never stopped the TP. We weren't like respectful of it at all. And every time it came in, you saw even in the final fight. I know it was like pretty far gone, but even in the final fight in game 2, like it was like, okay, we're actually like killing friggin' their jungler.
He's
here.
flanked.
And yeah, and he just flanked and absolutely destroyed our backline again. So like really great job on those TPs. Like I don't know if you've been working on those or just like they were just really good, honestly. So
Yep.
kudos.
All right.
GG's.
Awesome.
Yep, GG's a lot. Really, really well played.
I get some music going as I cut this.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Peace.
hail.
Thanks for playing, guys.
He says, "All hail."
Oh,
Bye bye.